This podcast is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Black Acres Roastery. Black Acres Roastery is an artisan coffee roaster located in the Highlandtown district of Baltimore. Every roast, they strive to bring out the best qualities and unique coffees from around the world. They ethically source beans and curate roasting profiles that provide each cup of coffee a story. My favorite is Midnight Train, a dark roast with notes of cocoa nibs, graham cracker, and stone fruit. Delicious. Also, check out their cold brew. Temperatures are changing, so cold brew is going to be in effect. So stay woke and check out their website, www.blackacrescoffee.com. Tell them Rob Lee sent you.
Living just enough.
Wesley Snipes.
We will own the city.
Ice-T. Alan Payne. Chris Rock. Mario Van Peebles. Christopher Williams. Vanessa Williams. Tracy Camilla Johns. And Judd Nelson.
This is Detective Nick Peretti, big crazy jarhead, motorcycle freak, reject cop just like you, Scotty.
On the streets, there's a fine line between wrong and right, good and bad, between those who enforce the law.
It is a war out there.
And those who break it.
Gone are the days of selling on the street corners, dark alleyways, and the back rooms of some bummy-ass bar. We ain't with that no more.
In a city where survival depends on friends.
It's always business. Never personal.
On family.
We gotta look out for one another.
On trust. On loyalty. On power.
Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am!
A family out to run a city are up against cops who know its streets.
This ain't business. This is personal. This is big business. This is the American way.
I'm going to shoot you so bad, my dick is hard. We're about to review New Jack City. Torin's here. Rob Lee's here.
Did you have to start with that?
Let's watch it again. All right, so like I said, Torin's here. I'm here. The Nino Brown of MTR podcast. Are you not Nino?
I'm Nino, but like Nino is by far a villain, bro.
Do you want to? So how do you want to do this? Do you want to do the summary first, or do you want to say who from the universe, this fledgling universe of MTR, is who in the movie?
You gotta do the summary first.
Okay, I'll do the summary, and then we'll start doing casting, and then we'll do the other casting.
Okay.
So New Jack City. The gangster, Nino, has a gang who calls themselves the Cash Money Brothers. They get into the crack business, and not long before they make $1 million every week. A cop, Scotty, is after them. He tries to get into a gang by letting an ex-drug addict infiltrate the gang, but the attempt fails miserably. The only thing left now is for Scotty to become a drug pusher himself. New Jack City. That's pretty close.
That's literally the whole fucking movie, bro.
Yeah.
That tells everything about the movie.
So this is a movie that came out on March 8th, 1991. Mm-hmm. It had an $8 million budget. Do you know what it opened at? Like in its first weekend or what have you. It
15.
opened at $7 million.
7?
Yes.
Wow.
Let's see. And it made ultimately just under $48 million.
Oh, so it made money.
Now, do you want to know what the tagline is?
Please.
They're a new breed of gangster, the public enemy, the new family of crime.
Some shit in that movie is very on the nose, by the way.
Yes. The movie has the soundtrack went platinum.
Soundtrack is dope.
Now, what is your favorite song for the soundtrack? Is it the song that's playing in the movie with Guy?
Nah, it was the one where they were riding in the Jeep.
Oh, you a nigga. You a nigga. The Guy song is fire. And here's the thing. They make the distinction that the Guy song is only on the vinyl. It's not on the cassette. That's what's on there. And it features I Want to Sex You Up by Color Me Bad.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's forget that was like a like white and Jewish dudes.
Let's talk about the cast before we get to some trivia.
You have to.
So also, the movie was directed by Mario Van Peebles.
You know what's funny?
Go on.
I could tell.
I think that was his debut film, by the
Bro,
way.
I could tell. The thing that got me about the movie, though, you could tell it was like directed by somebody who's a rookie director. Honestly,
Whoa!
Like when you watch it, it's a lot of like slanted shots. Like the cinematography, like yo, I can't turn my head to look at this shit straight. It's like a weird.
There's editing holes. It's edited badly.
Exactly, and it's cut kind of weird.
So I'm going to name the character and name the actor who portrays them in the movie. You tell me who from this universe. This is everyone that you know. So no names are off limits of who you know.
Okay.
And who are they from MTR? Some people can play multiple roles.
That's fine.
Okay, Nino Brown is played by Wesley Snipes. Who is he from the network?
On Dark Skin Alone is me.
Fair. Scotty Appleton, played by Ice-T. Who is that within the network?
It's like a mixture of you and Greg.
Fuck. All right.
I said that shit so fast. Slash Rudy. I'll throw a little bit of Rudy in there.
G Money, played by Alan Payne. Who's G Money? Please get it right. Please get this one right.
Bro. You're not G Money.
No.
You're not G Money.
I know who G Money is.
Rudy's not G Money.
Rudy's G Money.
Rudy's not G Money.
Rudy's G Money.
Am I my brother's keeper?
Rudy's G Money.
Rudy's G Money for
Rudy's
real?
G Money.
You sure?
You're gonna like who Kareem is.
Who's Kareem?
Greg. The accountant guy that probably shouldn't be there.
Kareem, yeah, he's good. Kareem.
Never liked your pretty ass anyway, nigga. Stab.
I just stabbed him first. Remember, he stabbed him first.
I just see you coming in a room with a Rottweiler. Yeah, you go that way.
And then you realize so the funny thing about this movie is like you realize how many black pop culture moments.
It's a lot of Martin in that movie.
It's a lot of Martin.
Martin has a lot from that movie.
It's a lot of rap references from New Jack.
I like how Flavor Flav turned from regular guy to Flavor Flav later in the movie.
Yes. And also, we're not going to talk about the Carter apartments.
We'll talk about that.
This shit's pretty nice.
I have a little Nino in me, by the way.
You're a little bit of Nino for sure.
And you know specifically what scene. Please tell me, you know what scene it is.
Is it the one where you take G Money, girl?
It's after that, but it's close. I hate you, Nino!
He said, I swear if you touch it.
Come here, Koo. Get out of here. I'll give me another one. And then okay, let's continue.
We got to.
Okay.
It's too many catchable. It's really like one line type shit.
You may not be able to say his name, but if you know who I'm thinking of, you just wink at me. Pookie is played by Chris Rock. Who is he from the network?
I'm not saying it.
You know who it is. Okay.
Yep.
Stone, who's played by Mario Van Peebles. Who is that from the network?
Stone.
Yeah. I know who it is. It's probably me.
Stone is you.
Yeah.
That's you and your...
barely in the movie.
But Stone is like you at work.
Yes.
Like that's...
I'm doing shit with my hair. Why does his hair look like...
It's like he been sitting at a desk all day like just twirling the shit in the front like Superman curl.
It's like he's wearing a football helmet.
See that movie? It's a movie so... It's not weird, but it's just like some parts are weird about
Now,
it.
technically, this character who I'm thinking of, and I've already said who it is, Selena is played by Michael Michelle. She's been on a few podcasts, so technically she's part of the network. The girl face might be... Come here! She'd be so pissed if I pour champagne on her. She'd fucking stab me. All right. Da-da-da Man, played by Bill Nunn.
It's so weird that it's 3 duds, by the way.
Yeah.
It's because they call him Dudder Man. Like in something like it was just 2.
Dudda.
Yeah, it's Dudder.
It's probably me.
Yo, when I first saw Dudder Man, I'm like, that's Rob.
Stop it. When he's like,
Rob.
Nino!
It's 100% Rob.
I don't know if we have Park, who's played by Russell Wong. I don't know if we have one of those.
Not in the network, no.
We have who plays the old man, who's Bill Nunn. I mean, I'm sorry, Bill Cobb, rather. Do we have an old dude?
It's good. No, your dad?
Your dad.
Nah, my dad's the fucking
Technically,
police
my
chief.
dad's been a part of the network.
Yes,
Fuck.
your
So
dad
yeah.
is part of it.
Okay, Kareem Akbar. That's Christopher Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, Greg.
Yeah.
Judd Nelson is playing Nick Peretti. You know who this is. Just say it. Just say it.
I don't know who it is.
That's Dan.
Is it Dan?
It is Dan.
It's a little bit of Dan.
It's a
but
lot of
a little
Dan.
bit of you as well.
Really?
A little bit of you.
When he says, I was just like Pookie, the white boy version of it, I was like, oh, Lord, run that back. I mean, he's a bit of a troll.
I like
so
when he's like, is this a black thing?
ain't a black thing or a white thing. It's
He
a
said, I
dead
will
thing.
shoot your high yellow ass.
It was so many. It's the thing on rewatchables. They had this new category because of this character. They were like, who's playing a character from another movie? Like, who's not in the movie that they're in? And it's clearly him.
Right.
Now, this is interesting. Tracy Camilla Jones plays Uniqua. That was G Money's girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what she was the star of?
No.
The original She's Gotta Have It movie. This was her follow-up role to it, and then she disappeared.
Holy shit.
She was delicious.
She was pretty hot.
I mean,
She's pretty beautiful.
the
I'm not
ass,
gonna lie.
the ass was, I was like, hold on. What? And then she was like fake Caribbean or something. Also, she martial arts kicked Scotty at towards the end. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
All right. Nick Ashford was great in it. Frankie Needles is a great name, by the way.
Pretty nice.
Fat Smitty also is a great name. I didn't like Keisha. We'll talk about that. Vanessa Williams sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So,
We're not gonna talk about the police chief though.
who's the police chief?
The nigga with the slick back, the dark skin nigga with the broom
Oh
mustache.
my God! Yes.
Yeah, that
He-
nigga look like my grandfather.
He broke the stereotype a little bit too.
He didn't curse a lot either.
Because he wasn't like, I got the whole department up my ass. He was just like, look, brother, what you need to do is. I was like, is he a pimp?
He's like, don't let me down.
Yeah, don't fuck this up now.
Plus his mustache was epic, bro.
His mustache was like the chief. He was actually the captain.
Yeah,
The mustache
that
was the
shit-
chief.
That shit was.
And when they come together in a Voltron sort of way. So I want to talk about some trivia in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The story is largely based on a real-life Detroit gang known as the Chamber Brothers.
Yep.
Writer Barry Michael Cooper got the idea of the film while visiting Detroit and learning about the gang's exploits. Mario Van Peebles, because it's not Peoples, which, you know, black people used to
Everybody
call him.
say black people ruining his last name.
It's just like, you niggas are switching P's and B's.
It's like Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins. Like, all right. Mario Van Peebles had Peebles. That's I already did.
See,
See,
you already
black.
fucked up.
This is how I know I'm black. See,
It works.
For all you motherfuckers don't understand. Had formed a friendship with Clint Eastwood when the pair made Heartbreak Ridge in 1986. When Van Peebles took the New Jack City screenplay to Warner Brothers, the studio was interested in the material, but they weren't keen on having an unknown as the director/lead actor. Eastwood personally vouched for Van Peebles and told Warner, give the kid a shot. The success launched Van Peebles' directing career. Shout out to fucking Clint Eastwood.
I'm not shouting at Clint Eastwood.
I'll give him
That
points
nigga
for
was
that.
talking to a chair and acting like it was Obama. So fuck
That's
him.
fine.
Fuck Clint Eastwood.
I mean, that's.
I still like Gran Torino. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, the movie that he was racist as fuck in.
It's
Well,
pretty bad.
again, 1990 Clint Eastwood versus like 1,000-year-old
Yeah,
Clint Eastwood.
Don't take my guns.
Yeah, that's a different
Yeah.
dude. But I mean, he said get a kid a chance. So, you know, points to that. You know, you vouch.
I give it, man. Fine. You win.
Because you see the screenplay, it's like, yeah, let this nigga do what he want to do.
You
What the
win.
fuck?
You win.
On Inside the Actors Studio in 1994, Chris Rock claimed that several years following his acclaimed performance as the crack addict Pookie, drug dealers approached him and put crack and cocaine in his pocket, jokingly saying, I thought it was a documentary. He stated that although people knew who used crack at the time, he never did. He knew people that used crack at the time. He
Yeah.
never did. In 1997 memoir, Rock This, he said he smoked marijuana twice.
I can see that.
Chris Rock, though, is a great name for
I will
crack
say
addict.
that nigga was ugly back in the day, bro.
Stop. He was.
Yo, that one scene
Facial
when he
hair
got
help.
back to crack. When he got back to being on crack.
When he
and
was sucking the glass dick.
And you know what? This movie let me know. Everybody who does crack is very sweaty.
It's a lot of sweat in this movie.
It's a lot of sweat. A lot of lip sweat.
Oh, God. Well,
Like you notice like everybody who was on crack was like super wet.
how were the titties? We didn't see a lot of titties. It wasn't gratuitous.
No, it was just, when they were, bagging up.
Yeah.
It was just,
When he was in there getting loose because he was super high, I was like, this what crack make you do? Holy
it's like
shit.
everybody was looking at him like, yo.
I was
He
like,
was happy.
My man was
he
doing
stole that one
splits.
vial, put it in his mouth like,
And then he was just looking at it, he's like, ah! We got to talk about his acting too. The chase between Scotty and Pookie was improvised. The original idea was for the chase to be a car chase, but the movie had gone over budget and was in danger of being shut down. Chris Rock instead hopped on a bicycle and Ice-T chased him on foot. What the hell?
yeah.
The editing in that scene, for like the first few minutes of the movie after basketball, or whenever. I forget how that sequence is. It's the X Games.
Niggas riding down steps on the bike.
Dude, when he jumps, and then when Ice-T jumps, Ice-T's jumps look so
First of
weird.
all, when Ice-T jumped, I was like, how far is this jump, bro?
That's my point. I've been on trains. You don't jump that far.
No.
Also, why didn't either of you break ankles or at least roll ankles?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fine. I don't know how trains work. Let's see. It was the highest grossing independent feature of 1991. Snipes originally wanted to play Scotty Appleton. He wanted to, I love being a cop.
See, it's honest. Was the funny thing? I guess it's like a weird colorism type thing in that fucking movie. It's huge. It's like all the way through it.
So the part was written for him, though. They was like, you wear your own wardrobe. He's like, oh, really?
That's why I like that shit.
You nigga. It is definitely a colorism movie.
It's definitely colorism.
Because, like, you know, it's when Ice-T taught you owe me, you owe yourself, but first me.
Yeah.
You owe my moms that you never met because he's dead.
But, like, why he, like...
He sunned him.
Yo, with Pookie, he's like, I can go undercover. I got this, man. I could be in the crack house. I got this.
He's trying to prove it to himself.
But still, Ice-T, like, he turned on him.
He really did.
Bro, he turned on him. It was like...
He used this nigga.
Yeah. And then, like, once you know... I'm not doing spoilers. You niggas should have seen it.
When did you first see it, by the way?
I was young. I was a kid.
I saw it at United Arts downtown.
Oh, shit.
Like, when it came out.
Damn, I didn't see it when it came out.
My parents did one of these.
On,
when the whole sex scenes came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I hear the music.
I definitely saw it on VHS, though. Like, in the 90s.
Of course you did. Let's see. The story of Nino Brown was based on the Chambers Brothers stories. These four brothers, sold crack in Detroit. Like Nino, they had an apartment called the Carter. The Chambers... Why didn't any Detroit dude do this?
It's crazy, right?
Right. One we don't know of, probably.
Yeah.
The Chambers brothers also had an apartment called the Broadmoor. Not as good. They moved into a 4-story, 52-unit building selling all types of drugs on each floor. Come to the crack floor, come to the heroin floor. The heroin, like Vestaview. They often sold drugs alongside families that already lived in the building, forcing them to leave and deal with their own illegal drug activities. Officials have often claimed that the brothers ran their drug operation like a large organized corporation. The foursome became nationally known and were caught on tape counting laundry baskets of money and flaunting their wealth.
If anything kind of needed a remake,
Go ahead.
it could be this. I only say that.
Who would you cast? Or should we talk about that later?
We'll talk about it later.
Because you remember when they tried to make a couple remakes and when they had Little Bow Wow involved? I was like, I'm going to slit my wrist.
They really wanted him to be big, bro. They wanted Bow Wow.
Who would he have been,
huge.
Nino?
There's no way.
Remember the remake of Shaft?
Yeah, that's terrible.
See, niggas. Ice-T almost refused to play the role of Scotty because he felt the film would be. He felt that if the film was a failure, it would negatively impact his rap career. During an interview in 1990 with Kurt Loder on MTV, Ice-T stated that, to Loder that he hated the police due to his past connections with the Crips. However, not only was the film a hit, but it proved to give him a huge break as an actor, and he's been a cop for the last 30 years.
Yep.
Because with that and other small roles, but literally nobody knows a rap song from Ice-T. Except you got to be, but you got to be at least like.
Yo, I literally know only Cop Killer.
But you got to.
And what's the other one? It's another Ice-T song that you know, but you don't really like listen to it a lot. They played it. They used to play it a lot.
A lot of Too Short though.
Too Short's ignorant.
Well,
but it's too short.
But if you ask somebody, let's say like that's 25, they're gonna say, "Oh, Fast for You."
Law and Order.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Bad
they give him
acting
like
for
6
SVU.
lines.
Yeah.
That's about it.
What you mean that's a porn shop? That's how he's always
Or
surprised.
like, we got him. Or something like that.
He's like 62.
Hey, get him when he got Coco, right? Dude, is he still married to her?
I mean, that was some story about, some cuckoldy things going on.
Oh, yeah, I'm over it.
Let's see. No, I'm going to skip that. Oh, my God. No. Ice-T recounted in his autobiography that he was cast in the film by being in the right place at the right time. That place was a nightclub, and Mario Van Peebles was also there that night. Mario overheard me talking shit in the bathroom, and Ice-T wrote, I don't remember exactly, but apparently I was telling someone the problem is if you could put me in the microscope and find one molecule that gave a fuck, then you'd have a chance. That sounds like some shit I would say, fuck.
Yeah.
Then people who liked what he heard, of course. It's like, you know what? We gotta cast this guy.
Put this nigga in the movie.
A controversial professional wrestler, Jerome Young, went by this name. New Jack. ECW.
I remember New Jack.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
That nigga's
He's a
on
murderer.
something, bro.
All the drugs. Now, this is an interesting one. Tupac Shakur auditioned for the role of G Money, but was turned down due to the fact that he looked younger than Wesley Snipes. And he was younger than Wesley Snipes. And they remember it's supposed to be like a 2-year age difference.
Yeah.
Whereas Wesley Snipes is 10 years older than Pac.
Right.
So that would not look. Tupac will later portray Bishop, which is a similar character to Nino Brown.
It is.
Martin Lawrence auditioned for the role of Pookie. He opted out.
Yeah, I could not see it. Martin and Pookie.
He opted out because of the death of Robin Harris. That was his idol.
Yeah.
Let's see. The film Boys in the Hood dealt with drugs and violence, and it was released 6 months. They were released within 6 months of each other. So that's the thing. For the love of money. Now that is originally that's sung by Troop in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And then when it gets like winter, everyone got fat because it's Levert. They're singing it later. Why is everyone like a bear?
Can we talk about when the niggas was singing?
That's what I'm talking
They
about.
had a couple montages, bro, in this movie.
There are some drug montages in the beginning.
It's like the Pookie recovery montage.
They get right to it too, don't they?
Yeah. It's like Ice-T is helping Pookie out. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yo, this is great. So, you know how some people say like the Carter wouldn't work? You wouldn't be able to do it? Well, when I lived in Lafayette Projects, that shit was shut down by like who presented themselves as a Nation of Islam.
You can do it.
So here's an interesting detail. On Judd Nelson's first day of work, the film security guard who were from the Nation of Islam wouldn't let him on set. Nelson had to call from a payphone to call production to allow him in. Get your white ass out of here. You don't belong here, motherfucker.
Nation of Islam. See, back in the 90s,
back
in the 90s, Nation of Islam had like more like pull.
The big smoke.
They had a lot of pull.
Smoked bean pies.
Now,
yeah,
they just
it's
like,
really slick.
You can't even mention Farrakhan. Like that nigga.
Not great. You don't want to talk about it.
Like Nick Cannon tried, and then you see what happened.
Yeah. The film. So this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. This movie is the film debut of Vanessa Williams and Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. Now, let's talk about Vanessa Williams real quick in this movie. Mm-hmm. So she won that lawsuit, right, against the good Vanessa Williams. That's why one has to go with Vanessa L. Williams versus the other. Now, Vanessa Williams is not good in this movie.
No.
She's the most annoying part about this movie. Everything that she does is annoying.
I really, really did not like G Money.
Rockabye, baby.
I didn't like G.
And when they replayed that, he was overacting. But one could say that he was getting high off his own supply from the get-go, which would explain some of his choices. See,
that makes sense when you think about
because when he was like, "That's what you gotta do. You gotta run up on a nigga and shoot him." Kablam! I was like, "What?"
We gotta talk about the random killing that Jamaican man.
That was Fast Smitty. That wasn't random. They were taking over his block.
I understand that.
That nigga gotta go.
I get it, but it was just like
you don't know nothing about drugs.
It was just like. Why they he ain't see that lady? Where'd she pop up from?
She was in the back seat of the fucking Whippington.
Like she just popped up out of nowhere.
But then when they replayed the Rockabye Baby part when they drove off, I was like, look, I got it the first 3 times.
Or when they made a nigga walk butt naked down the street.
That was great.
In the rain.
How many scars did he have on his titties?
In the rain, bro.
He had so many.
It was a lot.
He had shaving scars from like shaving his taco meat.
It's a lot.
They made that man walk out there butt ass
in front of everybody,
holding his dick,
and say like, "This is yours now."
It's like, yeah, man, whatever you need, brother. Why we gotta do all this? Wesley Snipes and Christopher Williams just so happened to go to school together at SUNY, Sunny. Let's see. Wesley Snipes was doing a one-man show on campus, and Williams decided to help with the lighting and backstage stuff. Wesley remembered him and got him a role after he got the role in Nino Brown, got in touch with him and connected him with the casting director. So, looking out.
Yeah.
I would hope you would do that one day when you make it.
If I ever make it.
You're going to make it. I'm going to make sure you make it. And the first words of the film, when the studio logo appears on the screen, "You're about to witness the strength of street knowledge," is a word from what NWA song?
Admittedly, I'm not the biggest NWA
Straight Outta Compton.
It would have to be that one.
Yeah, just...
Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You go for the most popular one.
That's great, right? Let's see. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. So Lee O'Brien, one of the kids who was loitering on the steps, who recognized that Ice-T was a cop, actually starred alongside Mario Van Peebles as his younger brother in the 1985 film called Rapping. Apostrophe.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
How much was Ice-T paid for this role?
Yeah, was it six figures?
Just throw a number out there. It wasn't six figures.
60,000.
26,000.
Oh my God.
Shoestring budget. Wesley probably got some bread though, probably. Because
back then,
this is the role you probably remember Wesley Snipes for.
Yeah.
Chris Rock's character is named Pookie. Pookie has since become the alternative for opiate drugs. You don't want to get Pookied? That's fucking great. So Barry Michael Cooper chose Wesley Snipes for the lead role in this film after seeing him in what music video? It's a Michael Jackson music video. You're wearing the same aesthetic.
Not Beat It.
It's bad.
You
ain't bad. You ain't nothing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Your butt is mine. He's like, yeah, hell yeah. Let's bring this on. Can I get my ass in some scenes? Vivica A. Fox auditioned for the role of Selena and Keisha. Could you have replaced Vanessa Williams, who I think is an issue? Would you replace Michael Michelle, though? Probably not. No. Because the colorism thing is there.
Yeah.
And Blair Underwood was considered for who in this movie? He's a major person. Blair Underwood.
Blair Underwood?
Think about it. Come on.
It's definitely not Kareem.
You gotta stick for colorism.
It's not Kareem.
You gotta stick for colorism. Blair Underwood is like a little lighter than you.
Is he?
Yes.
No, he's not, bro. He's like darker. He's a little darker than you.
Have you seen Blair?
Blair Underwood's not on my spectrum. He's more on your spectrum.
Blair Underwood. Blair Underwood, it looks dark in some of these pictures, sir.
In some of them, but he ain't in my spectrum.
But in terms of the 90s, it's really myopic in terms of colors.
It was definitely not Nino.
It was Nino. He was considered for Nino.
I cannot see anybody else playing Nino but Wesley right now.
Yeah, just him, just like from like LA Law. Yeah, motherfucker, this is like, I don't know. All right, Sequest or whatever. Get your bitch ass down. King of New York, because you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that.
It's a better movie than this. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is one of the two cops that take down a drug lord. In this film, it's the other way around. The cops are trying to take him down. Orange Juice Jones is almost G Money.
What?
Nigga.
Wow.
Would you take Orange Juice Jones as G Money?
I would take it.
You just scroll trying to get a nut.
I'd take it.
He would never lost his bitch. Yeah. I saw you and him.
I would take it automatically.
Dancing to guy.
Can we mention how many actual people you recognize from the 90s in that movie?
Mm-hmm. I mean, with the fact that Nick Ashford looks like a goddamn lion. Don't touch that cake now, baby.
Keith Sweat was in it.
Nigga. Yes. Guess who almost played Scotty Appleton?
Who?
Ty Bach. The last year
Dragon? Really? Are you serious?
Yo!
Why can't I see that? He would have done a better job than Ice-T.
He would have been Stone, though. He'd have been Mario Van Peebles.
He could have played that.
They look like the same dude.
Same person.
But then he's got to have a martial arts fight with Wesley Snipes. Because, that's what niggas got to do.
Line with fire.
Stop. It's like, why showing up here? According to, included among the AFI's 2001 list of 400 movies nominated in the top most heart-pounding American movies. That's fair. Pookie's relapse scene is parodied in CB4 by Chris Rock, which is really funny.
It's pretty good.
And it has cameos from Ice-T and Flavor Flav.
You calling me?
Stop it. That shit is so fucking funny. Man, this is a lot. Big Daddy Kane auditioned for a role. I'm not going to say who, but you know who it was. Big Daddy Kane is Nino Brown. That's a little too on the nose.
That's way too, no.
But anyway, have a dance sequence. Big Daddy Kane Sugar.
Don't we not keep...
Yo, Daniel Alexis, put that ad in here.
Bro, you cannot keep saying Big Daddy Kane Sugar. He's going to sue the shit out of us.
No, he's not. He likes it. Let's see. This was the first of 4 movies that Mario Van Peebles and Ice-T worked together. Can you name any of the other ones?
How many movies have they worked
together? They worked together 4 other times. Well, 3 other times. It was
really?
Yeah. I don't think you remember anything. And he worked again with Chris Rock. I'll name them for you. The other 3 movies with Ice-T were Crazy 6 from 1997, Judgment Day in 1999, and Guardian in 2001. I've seen none of these.
No, not at all.
other one with Chris Rock you should have seen was 1995's Panther.
Nigga, I have never seen that movie.
You've never seen Panther?
Nigga, I've never seen that movie.
Wow.
Or at least I don't think
Turn the black card in, brother.
Do you see me?
I mean, I'm sorry.
It's impossible, bro.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Pookie tells
Somebody sound
Apple.
like Rel.
Well, Pookie tells Appleton.
That's fucked up.
I like they called him Scotty Apple Pie at one point, or Apple Juice or some shit. That smoking crack is like beaming up on the Enterprise, which is great. So Bill Cobb plays an inventor in the Star Trek Enterprise episode Daedalus. So it's a little bit of a connection there.
Wow.
And yeah, so that was the Beam Me Up Scotty from 1966 series. Now, obviously, the film being screened at Nino's place is Scarface, 1983. Mm-hmm. We know this. Sweetback's badass song directed by... So that's just two different things right there. What? Oh, okay. Let's see. What else we have? John Turturro, Steve Buscemi, James Gandolfini, Nick Cage, Michael Imperioli, and Mickey Rourke were all considered for Nick Peretti.
That role would not have done any of them people justice.
Well, none of them were really known at the time, except for like
true,
Nick Cage.
But like what I know about him now is just like, that role was made for that guy.
Well, Steve Buscemi could have popped up.
He could have.
He was in King of New York the year before.
True, but I don't think
he's too. Yeah, this was supposed to be Judd Nelson's first adult role.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was considered to play Nick Peretti as well.
Nah, I can't.
But he was
see
considered too expensive for the role.
Can't see it.
Because of 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, can't see it.
At the end of the movie, Scotty's excessive force and violence against hapless Nino, instead of just cuffing him, is an example of a graphic depiction of police as exemplified in the Rodney King video. They were going for that. Chris Rock and Alan Payne went to see B4 together. Yes, they were. Beat his ass, kill him! That's pretty much it, what I have for those.
Like, as I was watching the movie, I was sitting there like...
This is bad.
It's not that great. When I was a kid and I was watching it, obviously, when you are younger, you have a kind of like a... not an idol complex. You're like, oh my God, drug dealers. But...
That's a very West Baltimore thing to say.
But I'm just saying, it's just like, yo, drug dealers, look, he's cool as shit. Nino's cool. But it's just like, no, he's not.
No, he's terrible. He's a villain.
He's a terrible character.
I have observations about him. I have a take that you might find interesting.
What is that?
So what I have left here, before we get into our favorite scenes, because there's a fair amount of favorite scenes in this movie, I think. Yeah. I only have one written down, so I have to add some more scenes to it. But I have some observations. I have plenty of observations. I have some casting stuff we've already talked about. So I got observations, scenes, and what worked, what doesn't work. So which one do you want to go with? Which one do you want to start off with?
We should go with what works and what doesn't work.
I've said this before. Keisha does not work.
No.
The character, while needed, I think is not developed enough, and I think that's partially on the actor and this being an actor's debut. At points, you think her and Da-Da-Da Man are together.
Yeah.
But then it's just, you're just like an annoying hood chick. And part of it is fine, but it could have been toned down. Because she's just excessive.
Extra. Yes. It's very extra. And it was like...
Especially when she gets shot. Blam!
It's like, when she got shot...
It was ridiculous.
It was like, nobody else is jumping out there.
Yeah.
But you decide. I'm going to jump out there.
Against a machine gun.
Yeah. But how... Can we talk about how nobody was killing anybody except for on their side?
Okay. Yes.
Like, everybody had machine guns or Uzis, and most people on their side got killed.
Can we also talk about how later in the movie, when it's a different movie for Wesley Snipes, when he's breaking niggas' necks and descending from poles and stabbing dudes?
That shit's wild.
It's a different movie. He was getting high on his own shit, too.
He must.
I think he was getting high off a different thing, though. I think he's getting high off cocaine, not crack. Because he was bugging the fuck out.
We got to talk about the scene where they killed the mafia guys when they came through on a motorcycle.
That was a great scene.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Never seen that before. Never happened again either.
Can we talk about Frankie Neal's hair, his ponytail getting cut off?
Oh, shit.
He took that nigga shit because he came there on some fuck shit. And it's just like, what do you think was going to happen? Stupid. And then, G-Money.
G-Money.
He was bad.
He was bad.
He was fucking inept. But I think he was drugged out.
And them niggas is playing basketball in dress slacks.
We'll talk about that too. Peretti doesn't work as a character because he doesn't quite fit. However, he's the only one that was right about Pookie not wearing his wire. He's like, why you got him wearing the wire?
Yeah.
Like, when it came to the Pookie stuff, he was right.
Yeah, he was completely right. Because he said he was Pookie.
And Stone was right, too. It's like, why are you doing this? I mean, when he said, I trusted you and you trusted a junkie. Hey, man, you can't say that.
A crackhead.
It was wild.
He was surprised.
You know what? So, Ice-T's cop life worked. Like, he made a lot of money to have been out of work, to have that place, to have been out of work for however long he was. Yeah. He was unemployed.
Yo, his apartment, whatever that was, should look nice.
And they were like, it was about, manifesting that morning life. Yeah, let's get up and work, brother. Got to do these jumping jacks. He's in good shape to keep up with a bike that was going downhill.
Yeah, he had to be.
And lastly, I don't really have too much that doesn't work. But lastly, I think what else works would be the Carter. As an idea,
yeah,
that shit works.
It's a great idea.
Because it's kind of the notion of what goes on in the hood. You see it here all the time. If there's not a reason for white people to be here, because let's be honest, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Then why would they come here and give a fuck?
Exactly. They don't.
So if you can, like, you know what? This whole neighborhood is now the Carter. We're low rises.
Yeah.
Each house has a different strand of weed or coke or whatever. I don't know if you have strands of coke, but purity or what.
This shit like ushered in a certain
branch of nigga.
Not just a certain branch of nigga. Like it made these movies. So it was a point in the movie where I was watching like, damn, this movie is not really that great. Mm-hmm. But I could see a lot of babies from it.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Crack babies?
Not even crack babies.
Oh.
But like people looking at this and be like, this is the movie I want to make, but I want to make it better.
I can't wait, bro.
Or shows. Like even now, like you look at Snowfall or some shit like that. Even if it's LA.
The Wire a little bit.
Yeah, The Wire. Like it all like, you can see New Jack City in that shit.
Yeah, that's true. Let's get to observations real quick. Mm-hmm. I have a lot.
I have a couple.
Polly's hair is my first one. Because when you said the guy, that's why I was holding on to it, the chief or whatever. I was like,
yo,
you're very regal, sir.
Yo, that nigga look like my grandfather, bro.
You know what?
Gonna lie.
Every piece of hair in the movie is unique. So here's an observation I have about Nino. He was the inspiration of Antonio Brown.
That nigga's literally Antonio
He has
Brown.
the same hair.
Same hair.
And he's dressed like Blade at one point in the movie.
Can we talk about that suit he wore to the wedding?
Jesus Christ.
That shit was fire.
You're just a black dude. Holy fuck, you were wearing that shit.
I would wear the fuck out that suit.
When he's like drinking in the room with the like cut off black shirt, I was like, this nigga's Blade right now.
Yeah.
I think Nino was a vampire.
I would wear.
Think about it.
I would wear so many of those suits.
This is why we need to have that artwork done, because you're just being Nino, just get your hair cut just like that.
Who would not wear it?
Me.
Did you see that shit? That fucking black with the gold, my nigga?
Now, like, the only thing that I would do that's typical of my character, I would get CMB cut the back of my hair.
You would.
Stop.
You would.
Yeah.
He looked happy
got the gold teeth.
Like, can we talk about the one scene where the Italian guy came in there?
Go ahead.
And Wesley Snipes eating banana and all that, right?
He had the glizzy in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they cut, I don't know why, I found it so hilarious. The other man's fucking doodling, a superhero.
Yeah, he's just like,
and smiling to himself.
It's just him like punching.
Like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Because it's probably to get over like he's a little touched. I forgot when he got murked off and shit.
I was like, yo, what is happening?
I mean, how big are the tears going to be when you had the black off, Rudy? You fucked up, Ernie. I told you, if this nigga's a cop, I'm going to have to kill you.
He said it. He said it. He told him.
Now, I should be on the run, but I'm going to kill you first, because that's what I have to do.
I had a couple observations. It was just weird.
I have several more, but so...
Go ahead, but it's weird shit.
Bad acting, we've already touched on. Mm-hmm. The idea of having Pookie go undercover is just stupid.
Right.
It's a anti-drug PSA tone in the movie, which is good.
It really is, yeah.
Question, how did Scotty afford his place? Like I said, police work must have been going really well for him. He had to be on the take.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was making a lot of money.
That apartment's nice, I told you that.
The colorism with Nino and Scotty, we talked about that. And even more dynamically with Celine, which is also a vampire name from Underworld.
Yeah, it is.
She's light-skinned, that whole thing. And it's just weird of who's in power and who's not. Like, notice the people who are stark representations of black, skin or what have you, and who are on the lighter spectrum, what they do and what they don't do.
Yes.
And CMB is not really fucking with the whites. So
No, not at all.
There you go.
Brown list.
Hey, yo, you heard my man? I ain't telling you shit. Last summer, me and my boys took first place in this basketball tournament. Bought the whole team brand new red scooters, so you could kiss my ass.
Kiss Master that.
Hey, yo, but you know something, B? Hey, yo, this dude is a cop, y'all. 5-0, be out. Yo, come here, punk.
The chase scene is the X Games, as I said. Nino Brown is Antonio Brown, as I said. The New Year's scene was foreshadowing. So that was Scarface. That was New Year's.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because it's like, yeah, man. Also, I put down, niggas love Scarface. I wrote this down because I thought it was great. If I were you, I'd be looking for the pimples in the booty.
He definitely said that.
That was a great fucking line. That's some troll shit I would do.
That scene threw me off a little bit because it was like, she can't have no kids, bro.
I was like, you're a piece of shit.
Bro, that shit. That's when I realized, like,
He's a
I knew
villain.
he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, he's very terrible.
And he's just like, look, I ain't trying to hand it either, but I'm just saying she can't
Like,
have
she
done.
can. I ain't been trying. He's
Her
like, it's not for
plumbing's
lack of
fucked up.
trying.
It's like, you motherfucker. And the last thing I have is about the ending. This is a big one to me. How did the old man get in there with a gun and he had metal detectors?
I don't know.
That's a courthouse.
He tried to off him before. Remember that?
Now, I understand that, but it's a courthouse.
It is a courthouse.
You've been to a courthouse, I'm sure.
Yes.
Do they not have metal detectors?
do.
And that seemed to be a theme from a while ago. So maybe
Yeah,
I can
it
fan
is.
wink that in the 90s, but no one patted him down
No, because he's old.
with criminals coming in and
He's
out.
an old black man.
But he's a black man.
He's old.
Then niggas just cheer. And his aim was great, by the way. Look up.
Yo, he had the old 1976 mag.
You mean
I
1876?
mean, yeah, one rounder.
Blam!
Had one bullet in it.
And just Ice-T was like, damn, you see Peretti.
He just put his glasses back on.
Peretti
walked
was
down the
so
steps.
happy he hit the wild split.
He fucking smiled at it like, this is
This
great.
nigga's dead.
Because Nino was like, and then he snitched on this thing. He said, he's the real crime lord.
Right.
Kareem.
Also,
He said his last name too, though. I was like, damn.
Kareem Akbar. Also, Nick Peretti was still racist, though.
He's really racist.
It was just like,
Like
yeah.
when he was like, your high yellow ass.
I was
and
like,
is this a black thing?
I mean, it was great. Hey, also, he shot a smiley face in his fucking room. I was like, look, nigga, you gotta
I
pay
was
for
like,
this.
yo, Mario Van Peebles, get him out.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Sub
of
him
here.
out. Sub him out. Basketball stuff. So, what are your observations?
I'm surprised you didn't mention the beginning, the first scene when he hung the white dude over
That
the
is
bridge.
in one of my favorite scenes, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at your neck.
Nino, please.
Oh, don't start bitching up now. You don't have my product, and you don't have my money.
You gotta give me another chance. Nino, please.
Look, the brothers don't wait to get paid. Money talks.
It's just like
The line.
on that bridge.
Mhm. Action Bronson used this line, by the way.
Did he really?
Yes. He's like, wait. The brothers don't wait. Give me another chance. Nah.
But I was just like, yo, you know how strong you gotta be to hang a nigga by
He was
his
struggling.
feet?
He was struggling.
He was struggling, but he still was holding.
Because he's big nigga.
But he was holding.
He's big nigga.
That's what he's still doing.
This is why I'm him.
And then Nino get out with his, I don't know what type of shoes they were.
Jesus. You are doing like, yo, match that look.
Yeah, I will match those. If I had money for buying suits like that,
I would say, Torin,
match
can
it.
you get your ass over here? Hurry up, nigga, shit.
Then he drops the man. He just drops him.
Ah! And then you go to the projects.
I was just like, damn, Ice-T's chasing Chris Rock hard as hell. He was gasping for breath a little bit in that one scene.
I mean, when he shoots him and so much blood comes out of his calf muscle, it was like paint that just flew out. I was like, damn, yeah. Why you shoot that boy like that? And Akbar is like, I know that nigga.
Yeah.
I know that kid. I was like, kid. Also, you know that's Albie Short's cousin, right?
Yes.
They look like the same dude.
Look, it does. At first I thought it was Albie Short.
Like,
I'm
why
like,
you in
nah.
this movie?
But one thing I was watching, I was like, yo, G Money is annoying.
He's not great.
And to be like, so when they pick him up in the Jeep or whatever, and Wesley Snipes and the other man driving,
Yo, man, you know the rules. Us brothers don't be getting high. Shut the fuck up, man. They just tried to call you a non-talking bastard.
Money, you've been making
how close
money
is G Money talking to Nino?
He's in his ear
Yo,
hole.
he's like literally like really close, and I'm like, yo, this is too much for me.
But this is also the scene of our friendship, though. So,
I mean, yeah, it is.
cause I mean, I'm just saying,
I just kept saying, damn, the soundtrack's fire. That's what I wrote down. I wrote it down. I was like, damn.
black. And Queen Latifah starts off the soundtrack, I believe.
Does she? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Or she's like a radio. You hear her voice very early in the movie.
I will say, like, it's my ignorance of not watching this movie enough times to connect like Cash Money Records and the Carter and Lil Wayne. I didn't connect any of that shit until like watching this again. I'm like, oh wow, they really like New Jack City. These niggas from the South, they really love New Jack City. They had to. They come up with everything about this.
The Carter breakdown works.
Yeah,
that's a good scene.
Yeah.
When it's like, yeah, you have these rooms over here, and it's the whole like rundown. And what do you say? Nino, don't trust a motherfucker.
Yeah,
which is fucking great.
I don't know. I wanted more from it. I just think I didn't. When you watch it as a kid, you don't really know bad or good acting. Obviously,
I'm not looking for great acting, right? And the story is fine. It's a simple story. The movie's not too long either. It's like 100 minutes.
No, it's really short.
But it's one of those things, in the rare instance where I'll give credence to this notion of, well, they didn't really let us do shit. This was one of those instances where they gave motherfuckers $8 million without an actor that's really proven.
Right.
And not a white actor to be the lead of this thing.
You're right.
So to that, I'll give them that, and it's an independent film,
give them that credit.
Yeah. But also there were some gaps in it that don't really make sense. I was like, why are you even in this movie, Mario?
Like when they went back, when the Italian guy went back and was like, hey man, Nino's not gonna play ball with us. And
what was his name? Don DeMacco or some shit like that?
It was something close to that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
But I just remember the racist names, like man, Mulian. I'm like,
the Muliani. I was like, oh my god,
he called black people monkeys. And then I never heard this one.
What did he say? He said something like, his cock's so big he's gonna trip over it.
Yeah.
I was like,
and what's the other thing? It was one for Spanish people. I've never heard that one. I was like, yo, this is wild offensive.
They were not good Italians.
He called them like spickaroons.
Which is hilarious.
I was like, I don't know
the spickaroons.
Where this comes from. But
it seems like a noodle.
This is awful.
And what did he call? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to give you some of those collard green pastas or whatever. I was like, can you stop?
And what he said, chitlin something.
Chitlin marinara.
Chitlin Alfredo.
It's
ridiculous. Chicken Alfredo. He said, I give you some chitlin
ridiculous.
Alfredo. I said, this is awful.
The shootout with the okay, hold on. Let's talk about Ice-T's clothing. When he's like drug dealer Ice-T.
It's very clearly like you're a cop.
That
to
top
me, that's
hat,
how I felt.
That top hat was bad.
Yes.
It's like gangsters make the world. That was the energy.
Remember when at the end they had the drug deal? That coat and that hat.
That was the same one he wore when he met him. Yeah. He's like, yeah, you only talk to the main man right here.
Right.
When G Money's all cracked out of his fucking head.
Right.
G Money had to go.
G Money's terrible.
He had to go. Ice-T's.
I like the actor himself. I like him.
You like Alan Payne?
Yeah,
that's fine. But G Money.
Yeah, G Money's annoying.
Okay, question. In terms of the main people that was in CMB, who's your weakest link?
The weakest link? It's got to be.
It could be G Money or Kareem.
It's got to be G Money, bro.
Kareem could easily be touched. Kareem redeemed himself because he recognized Scotty, but he recognized him really late.
Yeah,
he recognized him after da man died. Though it's like motherfuckers is getting killed.
Hold on, bro.
Also, what about that shot that Peretti makes from a scaffolding?
Yeah. Laying down, by the way.
I was like, fuck that scene.
Laying down.
So I was like, why I got to get shot?
Just saying.
His high top fade fell off. And
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, it's bullshit. So let's see. Let's talk about scenes a little bit more. I still had the bridge scene in there, and we kind of have that initial chase scene too, right? What else do you think comes in there? The guy scene is great, and also you're Aaron Hall from Guy.
You just break that in there?
Yeah, you're also Aaron Hall.
The wedding scene?
G, what's up? Where the hell is the other man? I don't know, man. He probably after that ski that he was on. Yo, what's up with Shalita? Okay, I don't know what's up with her. She's losing her mind. That's what's up with her.
You gotta talk about the wedding.
You are ridiculous.
We have to, bro.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
It's typical that I think you want to have. I think you want to have, for him being such a villain, that amplifies the villain. He's the only motherfucker that's not wearing white there.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. He's wearing black and gold.
Secondly,
which is fire.
So black and gold. Black is your evil. Gold is you're about possession. So this is just a write-off for you.
It is.
And you have your fingers onto religion, and Bill Cobb kind of touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just, film theory.
That's true. It's true.
I'm happy about that scene because Keisha does, because she can fuck right off. She sucks. She's not great. I've said it. What else?
We didn't really talk about Pookie's scene so much.
Let's talk about Pookie's scene. Let's talk about him getting so.
What's wrong with you, fool?
Yo, man, I'm just doing a little workout, man. It's a tough job, brother. Gotta stay in shape to do it, man.
This ain't no gym.
Man, a workout like this, man, boosts up working morale,
Oh,
baby.
you think I'm stupid?
Nah, man.
You a high motherfucker.
I mean, here's Ice-T. Ice-T is not a good police officer.
No, he's not.
Because he was just like, no, he's all right. It's like, get your mans out of there.
Like,
nah,
bro.
he's all right. My guy is good.
Like, no, he's not.
This nigga is moonwalking.
It's just like, yo, he literally.
What did he say? Scotty, they're gonna kill me. It was so fucking funny. No, he said, Scotty, I'm gonna die.
Because it's just like, yo, he didn't just recover from crack like 10 years ago. He just recovered, bro.
This nigga's high.
Like, he just recovered. And you want to put him in the crack house?
In the crack plant, nigga. And he got a promotion too?
He got a promotion? He's wearing that belt with the camera in it.
That was a bad belt.
I was like, and he kept putting his hands on his hip. It's like, you clearly are videotaping.
Yeah, it's just like snap, snap.
And G-Money still don't even realize it.
Also, he's wearing the American flag.
And also,
that scene.
He fought a homeless lady in the hallway over a turkey.
Yeah, but that was his turkey, though.
It was his.
You know?
He was real mad, too.
I mean, wouldn't you have been mad?
You're like, didn't I walk 6 blocks?
Now, see, this is a very 90s picture.
Yes, it is.
The amount of process in Chris Rock's hair.
But that nigga was ugly in this movie. I'm gonna be clear.
It's facial hair. Because notice he doesn't look as ugly.
Yeah, that nigga's ugly.
He has a little he has a little mustache, though.
Yeah.
When there's facial hair, you look like a different dude. Also, Wesley Snipes is Michael Jordan. Can we talk about the earring?
The hoop earring?
That earring is prominent.
That's a huge hoop earring, by the way.
And he's out there being Rafael Palmeiro. My drugs? Y'all the motherfuckers is high. It's the government. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. He didn't give a shit, bro. On the stand, he didn't give a shit.
He didn't give a fuck.
He said, I'm just a piece in this game.
Yeah, it was great. He's like, they don't make no guns in Harlem. Smith and
We
Wesson.
ain't got no poppy fields.
That shit was
None of us own
fire.
it. I said, damn, he's right.
I mean, again.
And then, prosecutor. Can we talk about how they got another dark-skinned lady to prosecute him too?
It's always
is
the
this
case.
Van Peebles, or is this like the studio saying like, nah? Or the casting director like, no, we need to do this?
It might be Van Peebles. I'm
just saying. And then they were mad. They were mad that Nino was getting, what do you got, a year?
Yeah, he got pretty much nothing.
Yeah, he got nothing.
And he was just like, the justice system prevails.
Right, but that turn of events was just weird.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little weird. It wasn't like any lead up to be like, yo, he has like huge connections, or like the government is actually like letting him get away with it because he's destroying the community type shit.
Would you have liked to have seen him getting to a like a Law and Order kind of scene? Like a little more out of that scene?
I wish it was more.
Yeah.
It was too quick.
I've heard this before, and I think it does hold merit. The whole notion that it just happened to be Nino that killed Scotty's mom, that's lazy.
That was lazy as shit.
That's fucking lazy.
That's some happenstance.
And the thing is, he kind of already said it. And he's like, yeah, just I don't like pushes like Nino because my mom got killed. It's like, You can't tease it and then still just do it. It's not good.
No, you can't.
That's all I have, dude.
I think... Would you watch it, though? Would you recommend people watch it?
Oh, I definitely recommend watching it. I think for its cultural significance, it's good. We're looking at it in a very critical point of view. But also, we chose to review this movie, too.
Yeah. Culturally, you should definitely watch it.
You get to see where, to your point, a lot of shit gets its DNA from.
Yeah. If you like Martin, I hate saying the culture, but the culture, like things like that.
See, Wesley Snipes was his most prominent role.
Yeah, the gold rings, like the Rottweiler, all that shit.
That's a fucking great.
Cancel that bitch.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Yeah. I mean, he held a sword to this nigga when he said it.
Iconic. And he wiped the blood on the shirt.
Yo, he wiped light-skinned blood on a light-skinned nigga.
Yes, he did. Top 10 dark skin moments. Top 5 dark skin moments. Top 5.
Wow.
It's up there.
Wow. This is why you had to do this episode. That's the sole reason.
I'm just saying.
Top 5.
So watch New Jack City.
Yeah.
For Wesley Snipes.
Dark skin moments.
The suits.
Jesus Christ. Guy is great in the
features. Movie. The features of the artist. Guy's great.
That's a fire song.
Keith Sweat grinding at a wedding.
When he comes out there with the red suit and he's just dancing randomly, I was like, all right, Wesley, you were not in this scene. You just said, I need to dance.
I need to feel this.
But it turns into an action movie when he's killing motherfuckers.
Yes, it
I was
does.
like, why are you hanging upside down? And he's stabbed a nigga and then he put the hat on. Yeah, you did.
The turns.
I'm the drug walker. I have some of their weaknesses,
the
but none
drug
of their
walker.
strengths. So that's pretty much it, Torin. I give this movie. We can go back to the rating system.
Okay.
How many glass dicks out of 5 do you give this movie?
I don't want to give glass dicks, bro.
Well, it's about crack. Oh, crack vials. How about that?
As far as crack goes, I'll give it a 3.5.
3.5 vials out of 5.
Yeah, and that's me being generous.
I'll give it 3 vials. Yeah. It's watchable. That's the thing about it.
It's watchable.
But there are some things that even as a kid and remembering as a kid, I was like, nah, not really knowing why it didn't fit, but knowing that it didn't fit for certain reasons.
Exactly.
I was like, you could take Peretti out, you could take Keisha out. I get it. The commentary you were trying to work there didn't really work.
Right.
So, yeah. So for Torin, this has been Let's Watch It Again, and I'm Rob Lee, and this was New Jack City. It's 30th anniversary, by the way.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So see you guys next week. We'll have another movie. I don't know if Torin's on it. We'll see. Bye.